Okay, so I have this wig that I am doing a maintenance for somebody. So I wanted to show you guys how to get the top of your wig flat on a mannequin. Because in my installs you can see me doing it while on my head, but this is how you do it when it's on a mannequin head. And you want to make sure the hair is washed, detangled, and clean. So this is why it looks so poofy right now, but we're just focusing on this top area, and then I'm gonna have another video coming out showing you guys how to do barrel curls on this same exact wig, even though it be giving scary when you wash it and blow dry it, but I'm gonna show you how I bring it back to life. So we're gonna focus on how to get the top part of your wig flat with limited items. So I go in with this hot comb that I got from somebody like 5 years ago, and it's still standing strong. On a mannequin head, well, on my own head, I burn myself, but I do 500. On your head, I would suggest doing 450, but on the mannequin head, since they won't feel nothing, I would go 500 to get as flat as possible. And before we get started, you are going to have to also hot comb it on your head, because your head is not shaped like a mannequin head. So this helps to just get it as flat as possible, but when you put it on your actual head, you do still need to go in and hot comb it when it's on your head. And by the way, this is just an old wig someone brings me to do maintenance on, so the quality is not the best, just to be a warning, but I still get them done. So we need the hot comb. Any wax stick will do. This is just one I got sent to me, and please don't mind my nails, we're here for this, okay? And then we'll just use some Nairobi foam a little later. I've just never left this product. This is kind of like my setting product at the end. Preferably a comb that doesn't melt. So this is that. And then I just have some clips just to get some things out the way. So the first thing, depending on if you have a side part or middle part, is to separate all of those pieces. So you should have like 3 pieces, each side and then the back. So you want to make a line across. So this is what I'm doing. Actually, I should bring y'all closer. I'll move it down a tiny bit. Okay, so you want to kind of part out square, square, or a line here, and then you would have the back to do it in sections. So this first part, separate it. You only need like the closure part or the lace part. You don't need the bundles. This is just to set the top. And then you would have left is, okay, so we'll just start with this back part. You want to just brush everything back. The back is usually the thinnest, so this is the closest to the closure. The closure starts like right here. So you don't really have to separate this part. You can if you want to, or you need to if it's a little thicker, or you don't want your part to go as far back. But this is the back of the head, so what we're gonna do is go on with the wax stick. You do not need a lot of this wax stick because it will make the hair oily. I just literally go by each section once. This just helps to lay it flat. So now we have the, I want to call this a rat tail. We have the hot comb, and you're just gonna kind of like press, especially because this is on a mannequin head. Hold it for a second and keep going. You don't want to get that line, like I have that little line, so the more that I press it out, the more it will go out. But you don't want to hold it for a very long time, but you do want to make sure you're pressing it and going down. As you can see, it is looking way more. Please do not mind my tan. But you do just want to push down. You'll see it start getting sleek. And I usually just run it all the way down the hair. You don't really have to. But I like to do that so that when I get to styling, it is pretty straight and ready to go to get styled. And you can do this as many times as you feel the need to. Like I said, if you need to split it in half and then do one part and then put the next part over, that's fine. But the back is usually the easiest because it's the thinnest. And then this is the back. So now we're gonna move to the sides. Okay, so this side, when you get to the sides, even if this is a middle or a side part, you still want to split this up. So we're gonna split this into like 3 or 4, and this is how you really get your hair super flat. When I'm being lazy, I'll just do one pass, but this is how you really get it super flat. So you're just gonna go in and take out one small section, a little bit, because you're gonna be putting a lot here, so just a tiny bit. Same method as we just did for the back. And then we're just gonna repeat this process literally 3 to 4 times. I'm barely pressing it as well, especially in the middle parts, because it's gonna keep melting, but this just helps to hold it down and flat. Smoke is from the product, but that's why I said when I do it on my head, I'll be doing 500, I'll be dragging it. But that product is also working, so you kind of do want it on 450 when it's on your head, but when it's on a mannequin, it's fine to be on 500. Oh, and also test your hair in case it's not all the way humid, because it will burn off if you have it up that high. I think if you're using synthetic, I don't work with synthetic hair, you would have it way lower, but you would have to see what the hair says. But I think you can use the hot comb on synthetic. It just has to be like very low. Definitely not 500 unless you want it to burn off. And make sure to get this front part as well. Unless you want that little hump thing. If you want the little hump thing, you would go up with the curling iron like this. But I can show y'all probably in a video of me doing an install. But this wig is just going to be flat down, so I don't want to do it on this. And there's a hump like right here on a mannequin head. That's why when you put it on your head, you need to go back in and hot comb it, because there's a hump right here. So when you put it on your head, you can look like a cone head. But unfortunately, some people do have cone head shapes. But if you don't, and you put this on, you're gonna make it look like you have a cone head. And you could kind of see, I don't know if y'all can tell, but right here where I'm touching is where the cone head part is. And then right over here, you can kind of like blend it out where they meet to not make it be such a separate line. So I'm just gonna blend these two. And now we have another flat side. And then right here, we can blend the two sides to meet, so it's not just like a line and a line, unless you prefer that look. We're just gonna blend. So now it's not a straight line, it's blended. So this is what it's looking like. Way different than what we started with. So everything is now flat and neat. And this is why I said I like to go in and just run the hot comb down the hair. So when I'm styling, it helps to make the process quicker and easier. And it's already sleek. Because the next video is going to be me doing bombshell hairstylist curls. So if you want that, be sure to subscribe. But there's one last step for this. I literally run it through the whole hair. The other option is that when you wash it, if you set it, what the heck? The other option is that if you set it on a mannequin after you wash it and it's still wet, you can put foam on it and do this exact same thing, which will help to speed up the process, so you probably wouldn't have to do as many parts. But I had a few, so I ended up just hanging them up on like a coat rack type thing that I have, or a clothing rack. But we're just gonna go in with the Nairobi foam and put it on top, and that's the last step to get your flattest wig install, okay? So you're gonna take this, not too much. I don't even have too much. And this is just gonna finish it. This is like what people use when they have pixie cuts and stuff. So it helps to mold the hair down. And then you could just let that dry. You can blow dry it. You could put it under a blow dryer. And then that is how you get the literal flattest wig. Okay, so I will see y'all in the next video. This is how it came out. Alright, so I'll see y'all in the next video. Oh, let me know what else y'all want to see as well. I don't have a wig on, so I'm not going to come into this video. But let me know in the comments what else tutorials y'all need. But this is how to get a flat wig on a mannequin head.